two guys, and we'll interject here and there, but we'll just be looking back, and then we're going to come back because there's something that we actually did to prepare for today that involves AI. So we'll do that after we've watched this, which was the second game that we cast all that time ago, just after jetpacks were removed from the game and everyone was saying, oh god, bring them back in the chat. So
Nope, exactly. It was, gosh, that was an interesting time there. I just remember thinking, oh man, like we have no control over this chat at all. You know what I mean?
yeah. Let's go down memory lane then. Let's get straight into this second game here. See what this is all about then.
We're going to be straight in here with the second game in this EU Grand Finals for the LegendScrims. Now, LegendScrims you may not have heard of, but it is doing its best for the EU and NA Farlight scene, getting these in-game tournaments.
And Asia.
Joshua, who joined
And
us
Asia.
right here, who's going to cast with me here, who got that up and running. Hey, how you doing, Joshua?
Doing great today. Thank you for joining the cast today. Obviously, it's always a good time when you get to watch some Farlight 84, but absolutely, we're actually getting into it pretty early with Kazoo fighting off with a Dobo there. But yeah, if you guys aren't already familiar with LegendScrims, make sure you're checking out the link. It's actually at the top of your screen right there. It says join Discord, legendscrims.com. That's going to be the best way to interact with our community, find out information about these tournaments, and get a chance to participate yourself. All of these are hosted through the in-game tournament system, so all you need is an in-game clan in either NA or EU, and you could participate yourself and potentially be in one of these finals yourselves.
Yeah, it's definitely thanks to
That
you
wasn't
there,
bad. That
Joshua,
kinda
for
rolled off the
bringing
tongue
this,
there.
whole
That was
thing
nice.
about
It's like I
with
knew it.
doing,
It's like what I know what
what
LegendScrims is or
the
something.
EU and NA side.
Pretty familiar with everything there.
Anyway, than the first game there, Kazoo 2 managing to get some players out. But yeah, definitely thank you for putting this on, because it wouldn't have been there without everything that you've done.
I was just trying to glaze you a bit
I mean,
here.
in general, it's always been a pretty good
Because
time with Farlight for me. So when I
In
was
case anyone didn't know.
you
Yeah.
know, help support you know, the esports scene. It was one of those things where I was just like, it was pretty much a no-brainer at that point. You know, I kind of just reached out to kind of anyone I could earlier in the days of the game, just to make sure that we could get you know, some advantage. But yeah, it just what are these guys doing?
Oh god.
Oh.
It looks a bit sus there, I'm not going to
Oh gosh, I just looked at it and
noticed
noticed they said.
I'm
like, what are these guys doing?
It was look like they're just going to try and trap
those
there.
dang
The captain
Kazoo.
comes down to block
Ooh,
any
clowns.
advances on them, but he comes out with the hose, taking down V8, but he gets shot in the back by Poof.
And Bionic was that team that I was mentioning.
Are any of these
pulling
guys
off a whole
here?
lot of interesting players
There's not
with
eye
the
shades, is it?
Or sorry, with the Sienna
He'd already left them.
captain and the MKR.
No.
They are currently running the Sienna, and they did
Yeah.
have the captain.
But Poof,
It's going to be
Poof,
interesting to
we
see if
gotta
the last
put
player is
Poof
the
every once in a while.
MKR there.
Really good player.
Ooh, the flare getting pretty low.
Player coming up here, up on the back, using that smoke to try and look and jostle round, throwing base blasters into an Ember ultimate. It looks like we have a player there that's attempting to get the res. They get the res off of them. They were so quick with those reses and managing to get all three players. Going to evacuate around the back there, Joshua.
And pretty fortunate for Bionic there. Looks like they've managed to get one of their players out, because they still have a knockdown there. So I'm assuming that must mean that they still have another player out there about trying to get their team
Down there,
back
out
into
there.
the match, hopefully. But we can see Sicko there driving in between Acid and
Sicko
Prey. You
there.
don't want to end up between two teams. So hopefully they're just thinking of driving by, but they've probably got ears on Acid here.
It looks like they rolled round the back trying to get.
Oh,
onto
no.
Acid there, and as we see health bar starting to get lower. It's Acid that gets knocked first, though, leaving them down to 2, but they trade out for Koba.
Yeah, Sicko's already
going through the building.
lost a lot of HP there. Jen gonna be 1 HP there. We're also seeing Yuragi push in for a third party as well, making it so that they have to get Sicko doing exactly what they need to. Disengage, try to get out there, try to make it out. Obviously, Jen getting seen with 1 HP because of the scan, getting finished off, and it's going to be up for Yuragi to get even more kills here. They've got 4 already, and they're going to be looking for more. Prey on the roof here. 2 players, 1 getting taken down, 1 on the inside, 1 on the top. And the Lucinda ult coming out in the Lucinda battle. It is going to favor Yuragi, and I think with that, it is just one last player on Prey who's getting chased
Yeah, I
down
know
in the
why I
stairs
chose
right
this
now.
game. It's pretty
And
intense.
With that, I
Yeah,
think
no
they
kidding.
are, yes, likely finished for the day, or for the match.
That was a
there, the Sicko
situation there
nearly
all of a
got
sudden.
away,
Everyone
but
just like getting all together
actually,
there.
as
Big
Rick
third
Rock
parties coming
couldn't
in.
quite able
Like
to
everything.
find him as he got away from that Ember
And we
Ultimate.
were blessed with like a good start of this game. Like
Yeah.
when we were casting it. Holy.
I'm thinking Sicko wished that they just rolled on by in that
I
car.
think 3 teams total
Yeah,
there. I
for real.
believe Sicko, Uragi. Gosh, who else was there? Let's take a look real quickly. Acid and Prey won, and all 3, Sicko, Acid, and Prey, all out of the match because of the, like you said, expertly timed third party there from Uragi, playing it almost perfectly, I'd say.
Yeah, it looks like as well they're just gonna set up here, and as we take a look at the rest of the map and look at the spread there, it looks like SDVG going for that vital supply drop there, the support box, and then look at Bionic in that area there over to the left, and Diff.
Oh, so Bionic did still have their team back and get their players.
I keep thinking that's you now talking when I hear you.
Get back into the
Yeah.
match. So good to see that they managed to pull that one off there.
So funny.
Like I said earlier, a team that definitely likes to run interesting team comps, and they seem to be pretty successful with it. And one of the
Those
characters we
jokers,
haven't
what the
seen
hell
a
are they
whole lot of
doing?
is, Duckside. Interesting to see Adobo running Duckside here.
Yeah, they were
Interesting.
tried to use
If it was
that
like right
before
now,
he got took
man,
out on that
everyone would be
last
like,
game,
that.
they're gonna
Oh,
roll around.
good,
Nothing
good to see a
happens
duck
get
side.
behind her, using just exactly why, and they're going to push in now as this box has been being opened by Kazoo. Kazoo 2, it looked like, were around that box at the same time. They're not far behind there with Kazoo and Kazoo 2 there. So
Thanks,
there's,
Adobo.
them there to.
Are these even on the
Stan
map
Beatty,
anymore?
they're
Like, can you
gonna
find those on the map
push
anymore?
up a bit and then
I don't think I've seen one of those in a
fire
while.
off on them
The-
as they
like that vehicle?
peek the doors.
No,
I
I've
don't know.
I've only
looking
seen the
at this
syrup
spike here, and it
trucks
definitely
and
seems a
the
little suspect,
little hover
but
car.
At the end of the day,
Yeah,
I mean,
and then the tank.
when you're playing this poorly, I mean, I guess you gotta look for any advantage you can.
Josh just ripping into him.
An interesting engagement to lose it in 2v whatever it was there. Not what you want to see. Team Diff looking to come in from the distance there, coming in from the third party. Must have heard a little bit too much noise there. But you're gonna see a
Yeah, right
double
there.
here doing everything they can to try and distance.
I remember the flyer here. Did we get any confirmation on, was it Kafir or someone? People were...
Yeah, I think yeah, it was Kafir, I believe, who was, I think banned like pretty quickly after the tournament. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Yeah, he was doing some pretty sus stuff. I don't know if it's on this second game.
Gambini's getting away in the car, so it's like on the last that we see of them, and Diff descending down onto that box there to get that extra loot.
Nice set of purple shields.
Yeah,
to
they got to
the
be
team.
pretty happy
Stole a
about that one.
box.
Rotating in there for
Somebody else.
literally just a free
Nice.
sponsored
flyer
box
on
there
the
is probably
horizon
the
there.
best case scenario you can go for. Getting upgraded to gold shields on V8 side there, getting upgraded on Poof side as well. They're just even Miro as well. That's 3 gold shields to their name. You can't really do a whole lot better than that at this point of the game. So I think they're going to try to take advantage of
I
that
stand
and
by that.
take some more fights. And talking about taking more fights, they encountered the fly here. Looking to disengage right now.
Oh, that's
Looking
scary.
for a good position instead of fighting these people.
Yeah, potentially.
Ooh,
Yeah, they
okay.
do need.
Card
to
damage
get
is
the
not as much as I
boost
thought it
up.
was
No,
gonna
it's
be,
not
I'll
as
be
high.
honest.
It's not the coffin that it became.
Managed
This
to
is
get
like, oh,
their
God.
players back in, and we're following Luxury and Lace as they fight.
They're even
their
like
way
better than Luxury
out
off
of
right now
this
in terms of
zone.
shield.
Frank to their left-hand side. It
Luxury
looks like,
rotated
Payne's
from
gonna join them there.
Wind Valley all the way to
So,
Transport.
I think Payne was just
And then
going to
they're
grab
still
those
on
extra
edge
shield
zones. So
cells
it's kind
there
of
from
surprising
the
how they must have rotated, I guess, along the top side of the map.
Try to make sure that they have the best shields possible.
Prank looked like they're about to
There's a whole
pounce.
lot of shields left in the map. There's probably that one in front of them, but besides that, probably not a huge lot that are going to be super accessible for them. But I mean, for a team like Luxury, being at purple, orange is always a decent spot to be at. And we're actually encountering
Oh,
Lions,
boy.
who encountered Diff, all with gold shields here. This is gonna be a pretty
synergize all.
important fight here.
And Miro's going to be
That
the
was
first
so
one to go
perfectly
down that
timed.
engagement as all the ultimates were thrown down. Launches himself into the air, gets Tones, win easy. And that's a reply and a response from them. Those are 2-on-2 here, there. And then Poof
Ambush.
will be the last one to get knocked there.
Oh.
And
Oh,
his
yeah.
teammate V8 running away for his life. Explodes though, the syrup truck, and he's got to get behind there. He does not have a vehicle to get out of there. I'm not quite sure if they know.
Oh, that's
that
so
he is
tragic.
there. His V8 is there
Oh,
with
that's
the
so
rocket.
Oh,
tragic.
no.
As the supply drops come down, and he's going to escape and get his team back there. Uragi on the hunt.
Yeah, just
Oh,
unfortunate
dear.
timing
There
from
he goes.
V8.
Diff 8. Diff 99 get knocked from the lobby.
Yeah, super tragic for them there. I mean, just in general, the fight timing, it just all worked out perfectly there for Uragi. Rotating off with 1 HP, almost doing everything they can to survive and fight another day. But as you saw, just Uragi coming in perfectly.
I gotta say, that was some good survival
Might
from
be
B8
getting
there.
caught
I
out
thought
here.
he almost pulled it off there with the
Throws up
fire
that
escape.
shield, though,
Yeah.
from DG. Maga shoots right
Pulled by
through
Ionic.
it, and it's the other two teammates he wants now. Ionic fly up into the air, but it's Uragi we find going
Ionic
over to
running,
win silver
MKR?
and easy. And Vivtak gonna be the one who tries to escape, gonna try and shoot through that smoke, gets himself into the advantage, but then puts up that ultimate, but it's not gonna stop there.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
I feel like they
Uragi
must be if
unfortunately
they're
lose one
if
player
they use
there,
their ult.
Gaskin going down there. But in terms
And,
of Wines there, they've already lost
free to
one
play there.
completely. They have one knock, and I think it is just going to be the last player of Neosha at this point here. But Reply is taking the chance to just disengage a little bit more.
Oh, Team
and,
16
get a
coming from the
little bit
distance.
before engaging here. Take this fight as a
It's been like
two-player
the
heals on.
story of third parties in this game.
Yeah.
Like next one, next one, next one. It's crazy.
Everyone just on top of each other.
He's gonna get any shots off, and then looks like he's gonna best him. Morphe
Oh,
then
yeah.
down as he was in the corner. Looks like Luxury
One player left.
Bionic
Black Crow.
just in front of him with the flyer chasing him down.
This was a good game, but I agree.
Yeah, we're seeing
Yeah.
a lot of people on this kind of side of the map here. Who
It honestly
yeah,
feels pretty
Dobo
similar right now,
finishing
except
off
that
one of
the
the players.
just about
Kill
everything
feed
feels
there.
like at least semi-usable, besides a couple things.
In the game balance so at the moment, yeah.
Box
Yeah.
also spawning relatively close here. It's going to be interesting to see if we have even more congestion because of that. And look at Uragi just off in the distance there as well. At this point of the game here, it's just so many good teams left alive, and with so many good opportunities with the sponsor box spawning there, I think there's going to be a chance for like a third party of the third party of the third party coming up potentially.
Well, that is exactly what we've seen.
I
That's
feel
all
like
it's
that's
been
probably
all
gonna
game. Yeah, probably will.
To the south of it, Uragi
Making
on the
like the
move.
forecast.
Looks like a
That's like
Bodo
the most
fighting,
obvious in front of
win
me.
easy as they try to get that res back in, but Luxury gonna plant themselves here and just take a view of what's going. Neosha gonna be the last one left. And fighting down the Adobu player. Ring around the Rosie, and down goes Adobu.
Wines almost went down
Oh,
earlier.
no, the
They're
timing.
cutting Uragi there.
That's the flyer
Oh,
coming
that's so
again.
unfortunate.
Player up.
It's just,
There we go. We see Maga trying to come down.
I
with the weight
just,
on top.
God
Yeah.
dear,
Yeah.
just wiped
Yeah.
out.
Shoots them
God.
both down as they attempt to get that res.
So weird seeing.
Bad.
Oh, and the
That's
boat
gonna be
too.
Wines out of this match here.
Seems like
That's
it's
gonna
like
be
they've
one
just
of the
been gone for like
CS
I don't
lineups
know, maybe since like
Actually getting taken
the
out.
next last patch maybe.
It's not exactly what we're looking for,
Definitely last patch because I don't. It just seems odd to see them things.
next match
Like the
we're
boat I
doing
had
pretty
seen
good.
semi recently, but like the floating thing feels like it's been a bit. I do like the boat. Did you know you can stand in the back of like the wind like the fan things of a boat?
In the like the little pickup truck bit at the back of the little hovercraft thing.
Yeah, you can like stand inside them and be nearly invisible. True story.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I always used to do. I'd always hop in there, and then they'd flip it over, and I'd fall out.
There as well, dude. On top of the team 16, who's
Gotta
pretty
be
close
be
by,
be,
that's STVG.
be
Oh,
hopeful
gosh,
that they don't
gotta
do
love
that.
the
Be sneaky
glitch
otherwise.
sounds of the
Oh.
cars sometimes. A little bit funny on that one there.
Kind of a little accordion there.
I remember that as well.
Thanks myself, bro.
I believe it is makes you move pretty fast, and it does last pretty long, so you can get yourself into some pretty good situations if you play it right. And I mean, at this point of the game, I don't think there's a whole lot of reses left, but the Flies found out a solo here, and they're gonna take out SDVG here, and oh my goodness, the third party comes in.
Another third party, just the story of the third party.
Oh man, this guy is too talented with his yeah.
This one patch didn't have the extra res, did it? So there won't be any more flying in either.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Going for the supply box instead, just opting to because obviously that zone is moving in and just going to push out of here.
funnily enough, for some reason I had it in my mind that Uragi was just in this position here, and I think they were, but they must have somehow switched spots with the Fly there, because I don't know, Uragi's nowhere to be seen, and the Fly here were the ones to take out SDVG there. Earlier I was thinking it's definitely going to be Uragi taking them out. Where did they go? Yeah, they've moved up north there now.
Move themselves right into the middle. It's Prank
Yeah.
and Luxury that we
Pretty
may
good spot
see
in the
a
middle.
fight between.
Oh, I like these end zones.
Sometime soon. Fubla.
Chat,
a little
what's,
split there, and someone is.
What's your thought? Who do you
think
think's
that
gonna win this
is
game here at this
the
point?
respawn.
Fubla. Most likely, the person in the top side there going for the
Like,
res. Yeah, get one of their
Uragi
players
seems
back
pretty
in. So
obvious.
they've got 3 players
based off
back
of their
alive here.
position, but,
A
like,
team that doesn't have 3 players alive is going to be Prank
Probably
here,
not
losing
Prank.
1 player right now. It's just going to be up for Yeti to try to disengage and maybe try to get their player back up. But it's going to be a tough one, isn't it there?
It's going to be an almost impossible task, as we have Payne, who's going to hunt them down. I thought that maybe he was
Which game was
behind
this?
there,
I think
but
this is
Yeti gets thrown on
game-
with the base blaster, going to move
think
him
this
out
is
of his
EU game
position
2.
there,
I
and
could be
they're all
wrong.
3 going to descend down upon him to take him out of the game here. It's going to be easy for them.
Luxury, yeah. Luxury's
Super,
pretty good
super,
choice.
super easy when you have the base blaster to kind of push people
They
out of
got all
position.
golds already
It just
too.
puts you in a spot where you're almost for sure going to get taken out
Not
if
bad.
you
They
haven't
got
planned
spot.
a backup plan already. It seems like a lot of kind of the you kind of almost got to have a plan in your mind for what you're going to do in advance, especially if you're in a
Final
situation where it's a
circle.
1v3, because you got to be able to be
Sharpen
doing
thinks
things
Luxury's
without
gonna
even
win.
thinking to
I
get
think
out
that's a
of,
pretty decent
out
choice.
of one of those
I
situations.
picked
It looks
maybe
almost
Uragi.
like, I know he's not on his own, but he is in
Uragi
proximity
dominated
to
this, I feel, from what I
around
remember.
him there. He's getting shot on
That
both
makes
the
sense.
Flair. Uragi going to come up on their right hand side though, so may be
fair.
able to get him out of
Yeah,
this
Uragi,
position as
11
they
kills,
turn to
5,
fight each other.
7,
Team number
52.
15 going to come in from the left hand side as well. These other players from his team.
They've got the
Uragi on
advantage as
top,
well up there.
The Flyer in the building. Someone tries to come in, knocking at the door. They deny him. Fubla gets knocked out.
Yeah, that's the Fubla player that managed to res up the rest of their team, but unfortunately for them getting taken out there. But I think they've managed to get themselves maybe a little bit of additional placement points there. We're going to have to see if who comes out in this top 4 here. It's going to be 3 3-stacks and then a 2-stack of Fubla left. But Uragi, Luxury, and Vaflaya all managing to have a decent game so far here. I mean, making this point's always a great start, but Luxury only having 2 kills. We're going to have to see if they can kind of clear up the rest of this lobby to kind of even it out.
They are going to be on the revenge trip for the Flyer there.
Always
as
nice
they
when you
did
get, like,
take them
trio,
out on the
trio,
last,
trio,
denying
and at least,
them
like,
that
a duo
first
towards the
place.
end at this
Fubla
point.
sat
Yeah.
at the back
It's a
and
nice
split
little
up
setup
with
now.
another one of their
Just
players
a
on the
calm
map
before
there.
the
It's
storm
Uragi
part.
who trade shots
Yeah, exactly.
over across and team number 9. The
Oh.
Flyer trying to get in the car.
Really
and
does not do
explode
that much damage.
Deny him that.
No.
Reply going to go down and try and get
Definitely
in
took the
amongst
power up,
them.
though.
Able to take
Oh.
out the
Oh, he's low.
Oh no, there we go. Kafia has been knocked, and it lets them down to 2. Uragi may be able to take out the Flyer in this final
The upgraded
circle here.
abilities and stuff
Fubla
like that with
gets the
the-
move. He gets hit
with
killed
the-
by
Oh,
the zone
no.
there. Doesn't move quite quick enough. And
We don't get the
Flyer and
updated
Uragi
abilities
are
with
in
the
at it.
with this
Seems like
patch.
there's
You don't get like
one
these
player
scan on the edge of the
left
zone,
there
stuff like
for
that.
them.
Currently 2 people on Vaflaya there. There is also the Michelle that is going to be there. It's Tortik and Malga left here. Uragi doing a great job of managing to get some heals off, getting themselves back into a little bit more of a normal situation for themselves now. They've already got the knock onto the Senil, so at this point, they've just got to know that they only got to fight 2 here. Tortik using that ult maybe a little bit early in my opinion.
He just trapped
It's gonna
himself.
Keep him in the
That was
zone,
my
but
right
just
there.
give him the- moving outside, though. Uragi, Luxury on the edge, waiting.
He done that
tidy up
for-
as Fubla moves in from the other side. That's Fubla out of this 2-on-2 here. It's Uragi versus Luxury.
It didn't even look like he used it to do the double jump
Yeah.
either to get himself out of the zone. He just trapped himself there, just planted himself down, and I don't know what he was thinking.
Maybe he was hoping that he'd be able to get a little damage off on the people in the high ground there, because he'd be able to see the people on the stairs. Hopefully get a little bit of rotate out of there if they're not paying as much
Yeah, well
attention.
played from Uragi there.
But,
I mean, like we said, they didn't have
yeah,
an amazing
that's a rough
game
one.
1 here, but to come back for a 17-kill game 2, definitely going to bring them up significantly on the
That
leaderboard. Always impressive to see this team come out and perform.
Yeah,
I'll
Uragi
give
there.
you,
Right.
bro. Just looking at like the squad statuses, and I just see Kazoo and Zuchu towards the bottom there, and I'm like, ah, poor guys. couldn't even do that good with 6.
Yeah, it was a shame for them. So was it as bad as you thought it would be? Chat as well, what was you thinking of that? Was you listening back to that? You had any thoughts?
My overall, in terms of like watching the game and seeing the stuff I notice, I still see like a good level of the amount of stuff that I do still the same. However, I'm also looking at some of it, I'm like, okay, well, with a little bit more experience, things are looking a little bit different. Also, in some situations, I've also noticed that my game sense that when I was casting that day must have been like on point, because there's some things that I was saying that I was like, wow, I caught that earlier. I must have caught that earlier at some point, you know, like, holy.
That's what I was. That's one of the things as well. Sometimes that helps me. Sometimes I'm like, wow, how did he see that? I didn't even see that. So that opens me up. So I'd definitely say that's one of your strong points. And then we got Rookie in the chat that didn't use buddies. That's nice one. Yeah, very funny.
Why is he trolling?
And also no MKR.
There was an MKR. Didn't you see the MKR on Bionic?
Yep, there was. Did you not see
Yeah,
that?
I don't
Rookie?
know. Why are you gaslighting us like that?
Just troll failed. Troll failed there, Rookie. Jeez, you just trying. We're too on point here to see it.
Yeah, don't worry. We already figured it out. we had the answers to your questions already like lined up in our pockets. Like we threw them at you like buddies. Watch out, bro.
Yeah, you better watch out. The reason as well that I'm asking these questions, and I was saying before, and I just teased it a little bit just before we watched that game, is because I transcribed some of our casts and I put them into ChatGPT. We want to get better. We want to do this because I know me and you back and forth, Josh, have said it would be cool if it did get to it, me and you able to do the Farlight 84 LAN competition.
Damn fucking right. Yeah. If they ever do any sort of lands, like I wanna be there. I wanna be there. I wanna be casting. I wanna have like as many people from our team there as possible. Like it's honestly the freaking dream. I don't know if I can ever become like the face of casting. You think of back of like the old days of like OGN from League. You think of Monte Cristo and what's his partner's name? Oh gosh, that's bad when I'm trying to name people. Cristo and Doa. Obviously Doa. Oh
Doa.
Man, how am I gonna forget Doa, bro? That's crazy, man. Poor Doa. Everyone loves Doa. I'm not bad. But yeah, it'd be sick.
Oh, and obviously we're not just going to get there, just by doing nothing. So that's why I put it in. And we've actually got back ChatGPT's critique here, which I think Josh, you want to bring it up in the Discord, I'm going to read mine first and we can go over yours. And chat, if you want to just chime in with what you think of the casting or things that you notice when you hear us cast and what is it that you're listening out for. You guys have been around before. You got some familiar names there in the chat. What is it that you look out for when you're listening to the cast? And while you're typing that in chat, I'll just grab this up right now.
You're definitely going to be able to find it.
I think it's in caster chat there.
There we are.
You got it. We all on board.
Yeah.
So I've opened up mine, and then what it said. I'll go through the whole thing. Lister, play-by-play caster role. Lister is a play-by-play caster describing the fast-paced action and keeping the audience updated on what's happening moment by moment. And here's what it said my strengths were. Energy and excitement. Lister injects a lot of energy into the broadcast, giving the audience a sense of pace and urgency of the gameplay, especially when fights break out, which is good. I mean, would you agree with that, ChatGPT, so far, Josh, chat?
Yeah.
Good. Quick descriptions. His ability to quickly describe what's happening is generally solid, such as when highlighting crucial engagements or elimination. So we've got room for improvement there that ChatGPT is already noticing.
Yeah, and this with the little slide side there.
Yeah.
Generally.
Not 100% all the time. He's not quite there yet, but this one I was really pleased with that it picked up on this. good synergy with Joshua. Lister knows when to hand off for Joshua for more detailed analysis, and they seem to have a natural flow when transitioning between roles. So I thought that was it's nice that it picked up on that.
We do pop off in that regard.
Definitely.
Like, we've got a pretty good balance. Sometimes I just talk a little bit too much.
You think so? Okay. We'll see if it picks up on that on your one. But here areas to improve for me were clarity. Some of Lister's sentences run together, making it harder to understand specific play-by-play moments. For example, he's away. Is he going to be able to get this team back in this, Joshua? This can be tightened up for shorter, punchier sentences. Tip: stick to simple, direct language when describing the action, instead of "they're getting him, picked himself up an M4 and making short work of him." This is what it's saying, chat, to do. Let's see if we agree with this. Say, "He grabs an M4 and takes him down swiftly." Better sentence? We agreeing there with ChatGPT?
Yes. Misses a little bit of flavor though. Needs a little bit of you flavor. You know what I mean?
A little bit of a spice.
Yeah. Like we can listen to AI, but like if it doesn't have a little bit of that spice, what's the point? That's what we're here for. That spice.
Yeah, we definitely that list of spice. More precise player identification. While Lister does keep up with the action, some player and hero identification feels a little vague, particularly when a chaotic fight happens. Viewers may get confused when team names or hero names aren't mentioned consistently. You getting confused there, chat? Tip: make sure to consistently mention hero names or team names to help viewers follow the action more closely. E.g., Mayshell's Base Blaster connects is clearer than the ultimate lands. Well, yeah, fair.
That's one of those things that I watch a lot of wrestling. I watched too much, okay? But one thing that the announcers will always do is they will never say they. They will never say he. It's always The Undertaker does this. It's always John Cena. They always make sure that they're at least mentioning their name. It's going to be Cena. They're going to say something along those lines so that at least people are kind of 100% staying focused on who they're talking about. It also lets people build that kind of connection with the character in terms of being like, okay, well, we always know that's John Cena, you know? Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, well, even if you're not like 100% following, like, and like, you know, attached to the game where you know that in the moment, right?
Yeah, because like it's saying there, and I noticed that in what we just watched back there, I'm going between the hero name, then the player name, then maybe the squad name, and I don't know. Obviously, we don't get some of these players change their names at the level that they're at. It's not like we're dealing with esports teams where you know a roster that are going to be on every single time. Sometimes they change their names for like joke names, switch people in and out. But that's definitely something to tighten up on, just so the sentences run together and you know who's answers the stakes. You want to hype it up and this team's against this team. But again, all that stuff comes in with them playing together, and some of the teams drop, some of the teams aren't always the same team, but it's just definitely something to do. Taking out equals go on.
Potentially could be like in terms of like how we talk about like the teams of players and stuff like that. We could like, you know, develop a kind of like a hierarchy in terms of like what we want to kind of prioritize. Like when we go into talking about like a team, like we say we go like swap to a different team. We're like, okay, we start off with, okay, we have to make sure that each time we say, okay, well, we're with so and so, clearly state who we're with so people understand, you know, if they've had any moments in the past, we obviously reference those type of thing. And then, you know, it's very much at that point, you know, okay, we know we're with the team, so we could start referencing maybe player names or something like that. But I think it's also worthwhile at the same time being able to just reference them as like the full team, you know, like is like the priority, you know, like maybe there's one that should be like the main focus, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
especially okay. I wanted Josh to hear this. I'll go through what's chat been saying. I've seen you saying it. So big up the AI, you guys, flow boys. Even the AI say so. I know, right? It's got it. Taken out equals eliminates.
Sorry, guys,
he's back. He's back.
On the counter.
In Apex, they say the clan name and then the action, which I was about to say to you, Josh. Seems like that would be the way to go, even with how erratic the camera can be. And I think that's just on normal games anyway. If we the overflow to just go, this is Bionic that we're looking at now, or this is Sicko Luxury. The camera moves over to Luxury, and as we can see, they're about to push onto whoever's in the near distance, and it's kind of erratic anyway. We can flip because we haven't actually got a viewer who's giving us those moments. It can sometimes, hopefully, that's what the new patch spectator mode will do a little better.
Yeah, definitely. So hopefully they've gone in and made it smooth and premium. We can hope.
Yeah. A Corrupted just literally said exactly the same thing as well. To be fair, some of the camera changes in this, could account for the broken plays like this, So continuing on to the AI ribbing me, balancing pace. Lister sometimes rushes his descriptions when things get intense, which can result in overlapping words or unclear information. This detracts from the audience's ability to process what's happening. Tip: vary your pace. You can still bring excitement without speeding through everything. Pausing strategically adds weight to moments. And then it's the last thing there. Building suspense while Lister brings the energy could improve at building tension before big moments. For example, instead of saying, he's going to get taken down, build suspense by saying something like, his one shot, can he survive? Which I think I've got a few of those. I've got a few of those in there. But if the thing is just like to pick it up and raise the stakes on everything we've got there, you can definitely throw a few more of them in. And then I think even questions where it can just bounce over to you and say, oh, what did we just see here? Then Joshua, we can see that it's Flaflaya. They've got the high ground here. What does this mean for their chances to get points or to win this altercation, stuff like that? Just go over to you a bit more. Are you ready for yours now, Josh?
I think so. Am I saying it or are you saying it? I assume you have the pictures, so it's probably better if you read and I can kind of just go off if that's
You want me to say it as well? I'm getting a dry throat here, Josh.
Then I can just like be like, now I'm getting coached by, AI Lister, Like,
we should have done. We should have spoke about this before. You should have read mine. Okay, I'll read you. Yeah.
No,
right, do it again.
Yeah, resend it.
Okay. So, suggestions for am I doing yours then?
I can do mine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So do I have this stream on still? Do I see this on your stream? I do not. Okay. Sorry, I'm just sorry. I'm gonna open up the YouTube stream so I have it on there so I can see the. Because actually this is just the same thing, isn't it? Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. Oh no, it's not exactly the same thing. Where are we?
Wait a minute. This is I've got the wrong one up actually. Wait a minute. Here we go.
That makes it a little bit better.
This is right.
I'm just like, this doesn't look right. What am I looking at? This is for me. Okay. I'll wait till it loads up on your side.
Okay.
I feel like I'm looking at the wrong stuff on the channel, bro. I mean it. I feel like I'm in the right spot, but I'm in the wrong spot.
It's the first one that tags you.
It's the pictures I should have looked at. I was looking at the actual big blocks of text, not the.
Oh yeah.
We're chilling now, though.
Sweet. Here we go then.
So guys, it turns out I've figured out my role and stuff like this. So we figured out. So Joshua clearly functions as the color caster, providing strategic insights, explaining game mechanics, and offering context to enhance the viewer's understanding. He often dives into the why behind players' actions or the overall game meta. I do that from time to time. I like
he does.
Break things down a little bit.
Yeah.
Give a little bit more context once in a while.
He does.
Supposedly my game knowledge is a strength of mine. I do play a little bit of Farlight. I think I've got like probably 3.8k hours at this point. Probably helps.
Yeah.
But Joshua demonstrates a solid understanding of Farlight 84's heroes, mechanics, and strategies. His breakdown of team composition example, Michelle's role in the meta is a strong point, helping to enhance the technical depth of the broadcast. I plan to enhance the broadcasts every single time. I spend way too much time thinking about the game, thinking about the meta, and all of that silly stuff. And I want people to hear about it because it's fun and it's cool and all that good stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Gives an insight into how, when then actually playing with you, and then how much, I mean, you said to me about the checklist, for example, just of how much thought you're going into where you're moving and how quickly you're going through that information. And it shows in your casting because, like you said, even watching yourself back there, you were picking up things that you didn't even realize yourself watching it back, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm on point there. I'm in the zone. So that's definitely something that people would benefit from if they're looking to improve or just, you know, enjoyment of the game, because it's a new game. So
oh, good. Great. My other strength is explaining complex situations. His ability to provide play-by-play reasoning is good, such as explaining the impact of positioning or item pickups, like when he mentions how the bar headshots can make a difference. I think most people would mention that the bar headshots make a difference, but
sniper headshots making a difference. Who knew?
Maybe that's why ChatGPT just said his ability to provide play-by-play reasoning is good. It's not like amazing. It's not great. It's just good. It's just okay.
It's good. Not great. Not amazing. Not godlike. Not yet, anyway.
We're getting there. We're working on it. On the bright side, we do have areas to improve, so we're gonna get there. We're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna start by forgetting to use words like there and definitely, because if you guys haven't already read, I have an over-reliance on filler words.
I mean, is this something you picked up on? Have you picked up on this yourself?
Yeah.
Do you know? Was this new to you when you saw this? You did notice it.
I noticed it. I didn't notice it prior to casting, but like noticing it when I cast and like just seeing it constantly, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, because a lot of the things are like, I will say, like. I don't even know, but it'll always end up with there or here or something like that, and the sentence would have been the exact same thing if I had just been like the person healed instead of the person healed there or something. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Why am I throwing there and there? I can just, you know, forget about it. It's not needed because it's on the screen. Everyone's seeing it in front of them. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like if I was being very specific with like how like their exact positioning, like. Then I guess it makes sense to use there, but like otherwise I need to like just lock in. Have chat be like, call me out every single time I say there, you know what I mean?
Anytime you hear him chat, just spam it. No, there. Is that stereotypically a Canadian thing as well? Putting there at the end of a sentence.
Let's see. Do Canadian put there at an sentence? Let's see. I'm getting a hard, probably not, but
Probably not.
But all I know is I do, and I'm a silly guy, so I do say silly things sometimes. I don't know. I always say like, yeah, there's gotta be so many things I say so consistently. Moving on though, where were we? I closed my thing. Tip: focusing on tightening up your sentences instead of saying they're going to try their best to get healed and get back into this fight there. Simply say they're healing and preparing to re-engage. I do think that makes sense. Right. See, that's what I said. See that? Why is that there and there? Get back into this fight. Why is there getting back into this fight there? Anyone? Oh. It's just there. Pacing. He sometimes rambles slightly when explaining situations. While detailed analysis is great, there are moments when it can be more concise. For example, the long explanations about how zone placement affects rotations could be snappier. A lot of things when it comes to the zone, unfortunately, need a lot of context because it is all about rotations. It's all about thinking of what the players are thinking. So it's hard to be super concise, but I definitely see that there is room for improvement, and I need to figure out a way to be like, maybe just start with their thoughts and then go into like the actual play, you know, just be like a quick little thing like, okay, they must be thinking this is why they're heading this way type thing, you know what I mean? Lister, are you still here, or has your mic stopped working by chance?
I am still here. It must be.
Okay.
I've changed my interface and it keeps changing off phantom power for some reason.
Oh, cool. Sounds good. And missed enthusiasm. While Josh provides deep analysis, sometimes the energy of the moment is lost, especially when big plays occurs. His tone stays relatively even during clutch moments or team wipes. Unfortunately for me, that one there is just all straight down to autism. That's just the way my voice is. It's unfortunately stereotypically very much like that. So GG's, I guess. We'll figure it out.
GG's, I guess, yeah.
Add more excitement when recapping or analyzing pivotal moments. Emotions bring depth to analysts and help viewers stay engaged. I absolutely agree. I try to stay hyped with stuff there. I don't know. I think I get pretty hyped with stuff, especially late game. I don't know.
You've
Do I not get
definitely,
excited?
you've definitely, as games have gone on to, like this was one of the earlier games, and I think just as you found your stride, but if that's something, I don't know, how would you, if it's, like, because obviously you can get hyped, like you just said, so I don't know, do you need a little bit of a nudge from me, or what would you say?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, if I spend, I mean, I guess I could just, I mean, maybe it's one of those things where I've just been kind of been like, okay, well, you know, if I'm sitting here giving all the analytical stuff, you know, got to keep it kind of consistent. But no, I guess, you know, at the same time, I can just be like, yeah, fuck it, let's just get hyped. Let's just have a fucking good time. Oh.
Let's see if we can do something in, because we are gonna, that's what we're gonna do, chat, anyway. We're gonna go back over those games, and we're gonna, the first ones that are on that suggestions list. So for me, it was improved clarity, focus on concise sentences, especially in fast-paced moments, and avoid overly complex sentences that could confuse the audience. I'm going to do that really well. We can alternate, so I'll do that, and then what you can just practice, I guess, cutting down on your filler words, just making it. And I've got a little on my stream, I have a little button I can press every time you do, so we can count them, and we can what are we doing? We're doing there, and definitely. Are any others that you use?
Here.
Like here?
No, I like. I don't wanna lose life.
Okay.
We can lose here and there, but I'm gonna keep like, because I like
Definitely. Okay, like.
Yeah, I like it. Let me open the screen back up then. I'm gonna do that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Crufty has to do this. I'm gonna miss you, Crufty. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thanks for popping by.
So glad you're here. And
We are.
can't wait to cast with you again in the future.
Good to see you. I'm glad you're actually enjoying the game again as well. I saw you in there.
Yeah, right.
Yes. Have you got up on there, Josh, what it says about... There's a little drill it did, but I can't find it. I think it's in the caster chat. Just the first one for me, I think, is about clarity, and then the first one for you was about what it suggested.
Drill 1. Filler word, reduction drill, objective. Yeah, okay, yeah. How to practice. Set limit. Choose moments in game 2 where Josh would typically dive into tactical analysis, explain zone control or team rotations. After each analysis, Josh will go back and remove filler words, aiming for clear delivery. Feedback. Lister of the audience will call out every time a filler word is used, helping Josh become more aware of the habit. Got it.
See, chat, you're in on this. You got to help Josh to, and then I can count them as well. I've got a little counter for you, so it's definitely here and there that we're looking out for you. And then what was the one for me?
Yours is. Let me scroll up again. Clarity and simplification drill. Focus improving the clarity and structure of Lister's play-by-play commentary by breaking down longer, more complex sentences. Objective. Lister will focus on simplifying his sentences and avoiding rambling. He should aim to break down complex game moments into concise, digestible chunks. Pick key moments from Game 2. Example, the chaotic engagement where teams HSCO and Team 5 clash. Recast the moment. Lister will describe the moment first as he naturally would, then he'll pause and rephrase the same moment, breaking it into short, clear sentences. Time-limited drill. Set a 30-second limit for describing a fast-paced fight without losing clarity.
Okay. So the ours are kind of different then, so I'd have to do like sort of smaller bits by myself, and then you're sort of doing longer parts then, aren't we? That's if we were doing that, or should we just
Let's cast. So let's bring up like a 3-minute part, and we'll just cast it together. We'll mute the actual background footage. Mute the actual background footage so we don't have to hear ourselves. And then we'll just cast it based off of that, and then we can kind of just see how it goes, right? I mean, as long as you're kind of focusing on being like concise and everything like that and clear, and I'm focusing on being not a there person.
I'm not a there, here, or definitely person.
Maybe a kind of kind of person. Oh fuck! Add to it too.
You know as well as on there as well, chat. If you hear you got to let us know in chat. Definitely. I think that's about right. Yeah.
Dang it.
So I'm just gonna put them in there,
here, there, here, and throw in there just for fun.
Here, Josh's filler
Any other
words.
ones? Do you have any other good filler words? Yeah, those seem like some good filler words for me. I do say this from time to time. Maybe like once.
Definitely, that was one. You definitely say definitely.
Definitely.
Chat, listen out for that, and I'll try and catch them too. I've got it. Definitely. Porky's got it. Okay.
All right, let's do this.
I don't know if you got the stream up there, Josh. Every time that
I got like your Discord stream up.
Oh, okay, good. Chat every time.
Hilarious.
Chat, anytime Josh says one of those filler words that's in the chat just above there, this is what's going to happen. It's going to do a little count on him. I'm going to get a little disappointed Lister there come up, and it should count up.
That's rude.
Well, it's not counting up though for some reason, so you might be saved with. We want to see the. Okay, that should be 1. What's going on? Got to get this working.
Did I say it? Did I already say it once?
You know. It's not.
I feel like I already did.
It's not working. You're going to get off easy on this one. We're just going to have to count any time that comes up. Chat, keep an eye on it, and we're going to try to cast this game.
We're going to get to like 4 minutes from now, and I'm going to have like 56 in chat. And be like, what the?
Right then. Where is the play button?
Hopefully in the play button spot.
Here we go.
Activate.
It's game number 2 that we are rewatching. It's the second time around. Here with Joshua and chat. You've got to help him out here, haven't you, with Josh?
Yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit of help. Like Lister just did, I have an issue with saying the word here. But thankfully this game is gonna be quite different. We've got Kazoo starting off an engagement already with Adobo.
There's two us there, chat. This is. We got Kazoo, who we already know are about to do something ridiculous. They're going to team on this game. It's sort of funny to. So we're going to kind of discount anything that they're doing. They are chasing away Adobo. And here's the other team of Kazoo. There's 2 teams of Kazoo that you are going to see, and you're going to see them do something pretty ridiculous, aren't we? Here, Josh.
Yeah, unfortunately. There was a lot of teams that were showing issues with teaming around that time, and Kazoo was one of those ones that were like so consistently doing it and just not really having any, not what's it called? Not morals, but like
code of
there's a word
ethics.
for that. Yeah, exactly, like code of honor, like type deal.
They're in the final, and this is what as well. Goes in there.
Yeah, definitely needed.
On top of each other, you can see chat. They're right in the bottom. They are firing at each other. One's just taken them out, but they will later in this game. This is the real team. This is Team Diff in the syrup truck. It's going to take less damage than you used to now, and they're rolling up on Bionic here, hopping out, dropping down. Incendiary. Ultimate goes down too. Captain coming out with the hose. It takes down Diff, but Diff were behind him. Diff's Lucinda takes him out with ease.
So there's one thing to say about Captain when it comes to engaging on him, is that his shield is one of the most crucial abilities in the game in terms of being able to just block and trade damage back instantly. Ember's ult, if you engage on a Captain, quite often you can just put your bubble down, and because you have the bubble, you can just shoot out the orb for Ember's ult, which is always pretty helpful because quite often it can be quite a challenge, and Captain's one of the few characters who can safely do that.
We did see there it was the Flair, I want to say, moving back. And look at what we've got here, Josh. 3 teams, Acid, Sicko, and Prey. Sicko probably want to get out of there, right?
Yeah, definitely thinking that there. Yeah, you gotta get out of here if you're in this situation because there's just so many teams around. And I mean, obviously, you've already seen the kill feed that there was 2 players from 2 different teams that have gone down. I think that's Acid and Sicko. But there's also another team here as well, Prey 1.
If we were Sicko's Maggie here, we'd be wanting to get out. The Ember Ultimate's going to force Sicko out, and Uragi are going to come in at precisely the best moment there. Acid tried to escape out of the ultimate, gets taken down. Uragi cleaning up here as they were all occupied. Prey don't know what's happening. Prey looking the wrong way. And look, here we go. There's Sarcasm. I think that's the last member of Prey. And Uragi doing so well there, Josh, with the third party. There's one member of Prey left. He's going up and down the stairs and gets shot down by Ripley's Blatt.
Uragi did a great job of making sure that their positioning when they came in was not like an overcommitment. We saw on the right side, there's that Michelle ultimate that came out, and we had one player just standing on top, and then we had the other 2 players just kind of staying on the edge until things got to a little bit more serious. And then as soon as they got some damage, got some kills, they just pushed on in. You saw even like the Lucinda ult from the enemy come out trying to disrupt Caston, but or actually no, it was their Lucinda, so I guess replies. But even with that going on, they managed to take all those kills. I mean, can't really go too wrong in those situations.
Yeah, then they're now safe, looking safe, and as you take a look at the rest of the map, it was over to the left-hand side with Diff on top of Bionic, Kazoo on top of each other still, and Abodu moving in. Looks like they want revenge on them for earlier. Probably knew that they were teaming there, Joshua, and we can see fire off going between them, and maybe the camera will take us over to them. momentarily. Here comes the sponsor box. Could Kazoo, though, do get a Bodu? That means that there's 2 left of them, and then there's 6 in there. It's a 2v6. Can a Bodu do it here? They're starting off well. Pancito getting knocked, but they do have that advantage as they are inside the building. The Maggie comes out alone. Thinks she can take on 2. Duckside gets behind her, shoots her down. And now it's 2 on the rest of Kazoo.
Trying to make sure that they close that distance on the on those 2 players there, especially knowing that they had the crack on the Maggie side. Definitely a good call to go for. Unfortunately, wasn't able to capitalize off of their quickness there. Just losing out in the engagement. We saw the slide pretty much directly at the duck side and took a big beam during that, and that pretty much turned it around from there.
Adobu showing absolutely no respect to Kazoo, and probably warranted. Kazoo tries to get away, slides around the corner, and there's only 1 member of Kazoo left. The slam comes down, and it's a 2-on-1, and it's Kazoo out of the lobby. Lady Toxic, living up to her name. Oh, Diff's here, though.
Ooh. Great beam coming out from Diff, making sure that Adobo having to completely disengage, but they're ending up in front of Team 9, which I'm not quite sure who that was.
That's going to be for Flyer there. Managing to shoot him in the back, just held back a little. And the Flyer getting that loot. His teammate there, Bodu, is going to roll away in the car. The Flyer going to run towards the sponsor box with Diff also heading there. And they're going to contest here, Josh.
Yeah, definitely imagine they'll try to contest this. Right now, Diff securing themselves a sponsor box. They've managed to get themselves into a pretty good position. I imagine the zone is favoring them right now. When you're around Nova, quite often, just because it's so central in the map, there's usually a pretty good chance that you're going to be in zone. So being just about anywhere around it is usually a pretty good spot to be. But you see Vaflya pushing in with like minimal shields, so it could be a little bit of a risky situation coming up for them here.
And even though they do have that shield advantage, they do roll out of there with the syrup truck, shields intact, and we're going to move over to Luxury, though, and we're not going to see as those 2 disengage from each other. Prank look like they're up on the hill just waiting for the zone to roll round, and they're going to see Luxury pull right in front of them there, Josh. Are they going to be able to take advantage of this? Well, advantage.
So the zone is just closing right now, so teams aren't going to be really pressured by zone in terms of having to reposition or anything like that. I don't even know if the Luxury team knew that Team 10 was there. So they're going to have to take this chance, just rotate to zone. They've done a pretty great job of just trying to have like a clear rotation without getting into too many engagements. You see the synergized ults coming out here from the Mei Shells.
The Mei Shells got caught as they tried to get away there from Uragi, and they found themselves in the path of Wineasy, who were doing exactly that. Mei Shell using the edge of the Mei Shell tower to go up as 2 on, and Diff tries to get out around the back. It's down to a slither of health, but has to eject from his car. He's now behind a rock, but look who's coming up behind him there. We've got Uragi. He's going to escape into the building, but Uragi have seen him, and he's not going to be long for this, Joshua. He's going to have to really pull something out of the bag, and I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Proven right. V8 goes down, and there's Diff 99.
That's the one unfortunate thing about having to disengage in fights. It is such a risky thing to do if you're not able to account where other teams are, and obviously there is a lot of RNG when it comes to situations like that. So being able to disengage and then survive is a talent in itself. But we got Vafly here. They found Bionic.
Vaflya have the advantage of being... The captain did try to protect himself, but didn't really do much. And now Bionic on the back foot, choosing to evacuate out of there. Uragi pushing in from where we'd seen them earlier take out Diff as we've moved back over. And Wineasy, hidden by smoke. Maggie flies over the top. And then Ember Ultimate is not going to protect him there, not going to hide him enough. As Castan gets taken out by his team members. It's Wineasy down to 2. Uragi on 3.
Wineasy definitely doing a good job to make Uragi question this. engagement here. You see SDVG also driving in here. It's probably going to make them think, oh, we can't really continue to fight here. And if a third party's come in, you might just want to, wait and fight again a bit later. Maybe try to get Caston back up.
Morphe there from Bionic, leaving one member of Bionic's Lacro, as we can see him getting chased by Torchic. The Flare looking for their next victim. They are split. Maga shooting in one direction, Kafia in another. Bionics has been found though by Maga, and the Flare come together to concentrate their fire on the team coming over the hill. That's going to be team number 17. As the camera though moves over to Luxury, who've got themselves in a good position here, Josh.
Definitely pretty stacked in the bottom left kind of corner here. Between here and Nova, where Yuragi is in Nova. It seems like just about, I think around 6 teams are just in that area alone. So definitely a bit of a heavy bottom side of the zone here. It's just gonna be so interesting to see how teams decide to do this rotate. Yeah, you can see just Fubla kind of really in the upper right at this point. Everyone else sort of just holding that bottom left side of the zone.
We can see the Flare and Wineezy taking shots over. There we go. We're going to come over to them, and it's going to be Neosho, the last member left for Wineezy. Ringarone, the Rosie, manages to take down Adobe and just needs to heal up now. But on the right-hand side, at exactly the wrong moment, the Flare have found him. Goes for the res. Will this pay off for him, though?
Field is taking a 2v3 here. They already took some shields off of the Michelle, but unfortunately, getting taken out very quickly there. That is just one of those unfortunate situations, is you get caught after a fight, and you just almost, sometimes it is worth just completely disengaging, especially when you see a team approaching there. But there's probably not a whole lot that Neosha could have done in that situation.
Another team who did so well, and they looks like Flublas, they've been split. We saw Flublas split. Uragi been taking advantage of those third parties as well. We can see in the distance up on the podium is Luxury, but looks like SDVG are on a sponsor box, I believe that is, as the camera pans away.
Already have 11 kills on Uragi's side. They had 2 gold shields and a red shield to themselves, so obviously feeling pretty great about that. We see Prank, purple shields, Yeti and Player rotating towards zone. They have rotated out of Nova. It's still the old Nova, so there's no scan in the center there, so they're not able to get any intel before rotating in. But if it was, gosh, the map's different. I always forget. There's changes. They did a good job on that. The map changes.
Yeah,
I gotta say.
a lot more terrain to get behind and protect yourself from. SDVG getting steamrolled over here by the Flare, and that's what they would have been doing this whole lobby. The Flare are going to have to come up against the likes of Luxury and Uragi, though, later in this game, as at the moment they're looking pretty confident doing whatever they want to do, really.
No, definitely looking that way. We see a lot of confidence, especially now when you got an additional red shield that you've picked up from that previous engagement. But Vlafia, they were always quite confident, especially after the fact. You can sort of tell why. But it's interesting because their team comp is definitely one that would make sense to be able to win this game here. They've got the good old Ember, so even if things go a little bit scary, they've got some protection. They've got probably the second best position in the zone right now after Uragi.
We've got a lot of space for the Flyer, Luxury, and Prank to move into. Uragi being in a pretty favourable position. Prank, who've been playing passively, would be fair to say.
Very much edge of zone, it seems, and it seems like that edge zone play has maybe cost them a little bit, because if there's one thing that teams will do when they're looking to try to go for more kills, is that they'll try to play the edge of the zone, because that's typically where you're most likely to find teams. And obviously in this situation, you can see that Prank was one of those teams that have been found and getting taken out here, and for Luxury, I mean, that's their first 2 kills of the game, but they're feeling pretty great for themselves with all orange shields across the board.
All orange shields across the board and completely ready for this final circle as Fublar tries to use that cipher. You don't see many of these anymore. Joshua still wants to do a little peek in when he's got his team member adjacent to him. That's team number 3 who's going to be fighting against Fublar. Shows out a scan. There's no one going to be near him, and he gets pushed out of his cover by the zone, as that's going to sting him quite a lot. There we can see his team member near him. He's going to crouch for as long as he can here, Josh. Can he make it out of here? What's his safest path?
Down right to the wall there, most likely. Try to do a little bit of a slide, get a little bit of cover at least. Be able to play some walls, but I don't think there's good. Yeah, rotating into here was probably not what I would have gone with. I think in general in those kind of situations, especially late game, you've got to be playing a lot slower. If you're solo, and you're thinking of going for like a main building, it's obviously looking like a safe place to be, but at the same time, think about where everyone else is going to be wanting to be. It's in the safe spot, right? So if you're thinking of rotating to that position, there's already most likely a team there. So it quite often can be better just to play it slow, play behind rocks, play behind smaller coverage. So like where he was original, like look that wall on the left there. He could have potentially rotated down to. That's it. That's chill. There's no one in around him. He can third-party Uragi from there. Like, he would have had a lot more options and, been able to do something. You see Fubla behind Uragi here. Could be the thorn in the back, though.
Fubla are probably going to wait to the last moment. It's the only one who's not. Uragi making the charge and the push onto the flyer. Replees goes and finds the flyer around the corner. Gafia gets knocked for it. An Ember ultimate goes up, causing Replees to go backwards. We see Maga getting hit quite heavily, and we see Kafia still down.
Oh
and
no.
All on top of each other. Fubla going to be knocked to the zone, taking this down to a battle between 3 teams. All 3 members of Uragi still up.
Yeah,
Maga's
Biden's
still
the
up.
one. There's
And
Fubla still
Replees
to
still
stay. They
up.
must somewhere. Oh, on the other side of the mountain, actually. There's still
Yes.
a Fubla player left. Managed to play a little bit extra sneaky there. It'd be funny if they somehow managed to win because of that. Okay, so they do have a little... Yeah, it definitely has a little bit of an angle into like the stairs there. It slowed them down. They had to take a little bit of storm damage there. I mean, if anything, it only really helped Luxury in terms of like getting damage there. Gosh, this Fubla player slowing them down also came in pretty clutch for Uragi here.
And then it's going to cause their Luxury to get trapped into the zone. The zone's picking on pretty hard as the battle goes on. Letting Uragi just pip them off as they try to get back in and Replees.
I think my guess here is probably what they were thinking is that on Luxury's side is because they probably could have made the rotate down to the left side there and probably won based off the zone. But I think they were maybe hoping that they could push in there and hoping that the zone had collapsed on them fully, because it looked like there might have been like just a little bit of a yeah, they're not taking a whole lot of damage at the end there from what I can tell. So it would have been like just like a little sliver where they were probably safe, and because of that they were expecting, oh, let's go get in there, get a little bit of damage on there maybe and see if we can get 3 more kill points. So unfortunately for them, they got a little bit baited by the zone not closing completely. But if they went around on the left side there, I think they would have had more zone on their side, so they would have won just based off of positioning if they had gone the left way.
That decision was what cost it, and ultimately Uragi took that one. Chat, how did we do? There was a little moment there, Josh, and I'm not sure where it was. We'll have to watch back the replay of this to see where the count on the definitelys and the maybes. I got a little bit lost in the source as well. I've just casted it, so I missed a few. But we got a few just to count and a visual aid. Chat, if anyone was keeping tabs on the definitelys, maybes, let us know now. But how did you feel like you did? Did you notice when you were doing it?
Yeah,
aware of
I
it?
definitely was noticing when I'm doing it. The only thing is there's times that I don't notice when I do it still. So it's one of those things where I've got to like sit there, consciously think about what I'm going to say and how I'm going to say it before I say it. I think that is one of the benefits of having you doing consistent play-by-play is that I have time to just think about how I want to word something. Some things I have sort of issues with are trying to figure out when the actual, like, what do you call it? The actual flow when I want to continue using words feels better when I use those kind of words, but at the same time, I think it's just a lot of me wanting to fill the silence, and I think a lot of it could do better with me being more specific and more thoughtful. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the time, it is rambling. You know what I mean? Should be
Going on
permissible.
just to say, yeah.
Maybe you're right.
I think for the
Sometimes I gotta be thinking.
yeah, for this, it's probably just be as harsh as you can, and then of course you're gonna say sometimes.
Yeah,
You're gonna miss an in there. So I did
Yeah.
clock a few. I don't know if you were paying attention to mine. I felt like some of my play-by-play was a little stale just because I was so conscious of trying to get everyone's name in there. I was using the clan name more,
There.
and I could feel as well where I would maybe start new sentences rather than like let it roll out and try to end like each decisive bit. So yeah, it's
One
just
thing I
practice again.
notice, I sometimes do is I'll get caught thinking about a thought, and then I'm also sitting there thinking about like another thought, and then I slightly forget about my original thought while I'm talking about my original thought, and I'm like, oh fuck, where was I going with this again? And then I'm just like, oh fuck.
And then you're in a
I'll just,
snowball of thoughts.
Yeah, literally. And then I'm like, okay, well, let's just move on.
Yeah.
How can I get out of this? You know what I mean? That's how that goes.
Because it's as well, there's bits where, say, you're going in depth on something and then something happens on screen where it's like,
And I
oh, I
feel
don't know
like
if I
it's
should
more
be
important.
play by play. Which bit should I interrupt, or should I play by play here, or should I try and interject or just let you go? Because then bits get missed, or
Yeah.
go back.
I
on
tried
things.
to make sure during like main fights and stuff like that, I just like sort of ended my thoughts on like a quicker note or anything like that, and just be like, okay, well, we're here with this team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think a lot of the maybe like the sort of like introduction to the team is it can be like sort of like when I pass it over to you, we're here with this team, like type thing. Then it's just like, okay, well then you're like that's just in play by play about them, you know, like if I can do that a little bit more consistently as well, it can kind of just also help with that sort of like introduction right away and making sure people are on point and figuring out everything, keeping the flow going good.
Yeah. I don't know whether you want to, because obviously as well with this sort of stuff, it's doing the same bit over and over and just seeing what, I guess it's just drilling it, I guess. So
if you're down, let's I think if possible we can maybe do it one more time. Otherwise, I don't know, maybe we could also call it here if people are getting a little late or anything like that for you. I might have to do a couple things, unfortunately. So whichever works on your side in terms of if you want to do a little bit more drill, or if you want to do, can we get that 1v1? Oh, we got a 1v1 still.
1v1 revolver with the
Oh, man.
blindfolds.
With the blindfolds, with the screen off,
Yeah.
sharing screens. That's so funny.
We'll definitely set that up, but we haven't got that set up. That's coming. You just have to stick around for that. One day soon that will happen. We'll get that to happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna dress as a cowboy when that happens though. So it'll be like Sheriff Josh coming to take out Lister. Watch out.
Get it on cam. I'm as well. You're gonna have to wear the blindfolds as well, just for a little bit. Do a blindfold one, a screen off one. I'll get a cowboy hat too. I think I might have one lying about somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. In terms of my blindfolded aim, it's pretty good. You just have to be like left, right, left. I'll be like, okay, you're done. It's over. Pow. No man.
I think I'm gonna win this one. I'm feeling lucky. It's just all luck. It's not skill. It's just luck, and
Luck-
I'm pretty lucky,
luck
Josh.
and
Gotta have you know.
being able to follow your instructions. Pretty good at that. Thing.
Yeah,
a little
mate.
bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Shoot, dang.
Maybe a little bit cheating. I don't know. No, I'm not gonna be a kazoo.
No.
I'm not gonna be a kazoo on this one.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta be a little kazooie, but typically it's not when you're doing stuff for fun. Maybe in Monopoly, you know. Any other time, huh?
You cheat at Monopoly. I'm not gonna
No.
play you at Monopoly then. If
I
we're
don't.
in the green room
But,
for the
like,
Farlight
that's where
LAN
people
event.
cheat. That's where people cheat, though. Is Monopoly. People are ruthless in Monopoly.
Poker is a cheat. I've not known a Monopoly cheater. That's a
I
special
am
kind of
a-
circle of hell you're going to if you're a Monopoly cheater.
Very, very high level cheater at Monopoly. Actually, I've learned that you can just steal all the money by just taking it, and then you win. Just be like, that's my money. now."
Without
you're
any
broke.
like just
Just
blatantly
take it from the hand.
You
Just
take.
like take it from the hands. Yeah, just don't go. Like, just take it from the hands. What do you mean you have no money? You're out of money? Oh, guess you're out of the game. GG's.
I think that's just called extortion.
Or just like, or just theft, stealing. They're just gonna call it like they have to change the name of the game from Monopoly to just like felonies or something like that. It's over. GG's.
Well, apparently I'm missing a trick because if you don't cheat at Monopoly, are you actually playing Monopoly? Is Porky's just said in chat. So apparently I'm just too good,
Too honest.
just too honest. And you guys are all out here cheating, and no wonder I always lose.
Yoink. Yeah. When actually quite often, typically I will distract you, and Porky's actually there stealing your money. Like, if you haven't noticed, that's where it's all gone.
Oh, okay. I get how it's happening now. So it's like I've turned one way, and then it's a yoink, and then I didn't realise. So I've got to just be constantly counting my money and have a tabs on it. Otherwise, Josh is there in the back pocket, just
No, well, not like I'm distracting you for sure. Like I'll be like talking about some random like Farlight thing, and then Porky's just there, just like yoink. So yeah, not like great.
Are we gonna have to play it digitally, and then we'll see? You know, if that, then you
digital Monopoly like this, yeah, that's
Yeah.
bogus.
exactly. Then you'll know what it's like to play it with me and as me, because you can't cheat on digital Monopoly unless you're hacking it. But anyway, I digress.
Imagine there's cheats there. Monopoly online. That'd be wild. Have you seen like the VR? Like there's like the VR poker, and then there's like the stretch head, like looking at the hands. That's what I expect for Monopoly. Oh yeah, let's see. Let me see if I can find it. VR poker dogs. This is gonna work. Dogs cheating. This gotta be it. Images. Nope. For what it's worth, it did not work. I really expect maybe if I had Twitter. It told me no.
Oh, okay.
Just told me no. Either way, what's your thoughts? Do you think we call it there for today and we come back at it another day?
Chat, it's up to you. I'm gonna let chat decide. If we get what 5, we get 5 people saying we want to continue. Put continue right now, and if not, then the stream's over, guys.
Yeah.
If I get 5 continues, then we'll carry on, and if not, then we're gonna say goodbye and call it a day. And we'll just wait. I think we've got a little bit of a delay on chat there, so you've got next 3 minutes. If I don't get 5 continue in the chat, then it's goodbye.
Yeah. I think next stream, what I maybe want to do is do what we were kind of planning in terms of like hosting customs, and then just doing like we'll just diaspawn and just casting over the games if possible. I think that could be kind of something fun to do for next stream. Gives us a way to practice with the up-to-date game. Well, it's not as ideal, and with clear players or anything like that. I think we'll have to like instead of using team names, use like team numbers or whatever. But I think it could be a pretty good way of going about it.
How many games are you gonna do? Say like do how many? 5, 3? 2-3,
Something like
2-3,
that.
and then we can cast them.
Yeah, there's like,
Hopefully by
yeah,
then
exactly.
we get the spectator mode back for ours. Maybe you can push them a little bit for that. So anyone in chat who, if you play Farlight, that'll be next Wednesday or Thursday, and we'll be here around the same time, and we'll be having custom rooms you can get involved in, and we'll be casting your gameplay.
Yeah, exactly. In general, the customs have been pretty consistent. They're usually about 60 players in the lobby, all real players. And honestly, I don't know, at least for NA, they've been a kind of good way to help just facilitate competitive games. There hasn't been as many active NA players recently, so being able to play fully stacked lobbies is always nice. The benefit of customs is that you don't have to worry about being region locked by your clan, so anyone can play. So the matches get quite stacked.
Yeah, if anyone's wanting actual players to play against, then and your server doesn't have many. Although actually, even in ranked lately, I don't know if it's just me, but NA and EU, I get into games with a fair amount of pretty decent players as well. We've got 2 continues at the minute, Josh. Is anyone going to put those extra 3 in to help this continue, or is this over now? Are we done here?
I'm sorry, guys. At the end of the day, I unfortunately do probably have to go do a couple things. So even if we got 5, I'd probably just be like, sorry guys.
It's going to bounce anyway. It's just going to be a.
No, it'd be like the quickest continue. It'd be like we do like a little bit more and then go. So you guys would be getting like scammed anyway, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I think next week would be pretty sick to just do some live casting over the newest patch, over seeing everyone playing with like the current patch stuff. Just seems nice. I'm really hoping we can get the whitelist so we can actually spectate properly, because like realistically right now, I want to be able to go in, watch players, and just be able to have that proper overall view. Watching people from their POVs is going to be great. It's going to be nice for if we have to do it, but it's not going to be as good as being able to actively direct the broadcast and everything in itself, because that's always fun.
Yeah, and see what Lingbo's doing. Okay then, guys, that is going to be the end there. As always, thank you for coming and hanging out with us. I hope you enjoyed everything, and as we said, next week we'll be here. I'll be here with Joshua. You want to say goodbye, Josh?
Yep, thank you guys for watching. Sorry that I got to cut it short today. I'm glad that we got to do a little bit of practice. I'm glad we got to hang out, do our thing. I mean, in general, it's kind of nice just to go back and watch over the original like tournament broadcasts and stuff like that, because it's one of those things where it's like it felt good to reflect on how the game's changed, reflect on how kind of we've grown as people, players, all that kind of stuff. And just in general, I think it's always good to kind of look back and see how you're doing, you know what I mean? And it just felt good to do that.
Definitely did, and we'll probably be revisiting that game again. So goodbye for now, and we will see you same time next week for custom games. So get ready to play next time. So see you then.
Yeah, not just watch. Get ready to play. Exciting. See you guys.